Hey everybody, I'm just getting ready. I'm gonna practice some stuff for one of my gigs. Guitars here. One is a Carvin, like a custom guitar, and the other one's a Sadowski Metro 5. Both which I have to. Metro 5 actually has like an issue with the high strings. I think I need to raise the pickup height on one of the pickups, possibly, or do something different. I recently sprayed Deoxit 5 into my preamp, and I don't think that's the cause of some of the higher strings coming out a little low in volume, but we'll find out tonight. And I just need to get my setup all dialed in for my guitar, doing an R&B gig. So anyway, but that's not what I'm making this video about. I'm making it about Giacomo Turra, and just talking about in general the idea of faking, what you can play, or misrepresenting it any other kind of way, right? And I don't really want to dig in this video, but what I do want to do is just kind of talk about some stuff. So recently, Døvydas did a video where he jammed with him, and it was actually, I feel like it was a fair portrayal. The stuff he played obviously was stuff that he actually could play. One of the things that I noticed is at the very beginning of the video, he actually started in playing something that was one of his kind of predetermined licks that he wanted to play in the jam. So he actually played it over Døvydas, and it was kind of funny to watch Døvydas' reaction, where he was just like, "Oh, okay," and he started to go in and put in the drum beat, and eventually just kind of they did the jam around that structure. And actually, I thought it was pretty cool because at the end they were trading off guitar licks, and really it's not as if Giacomo can't play. He can play, and he can play a lot of stuff, and they were able to have a pretty cool jam, and his abilities are up there. It's just that one of the things that I noticed is that Døvydas started to throw out little melodies and stuff for him to try to mimic, and I noticed he couldn't quite pull off just playing something like a melody that you hear and now you have to play it, and that was a clever thing, I think, doing that just to kind of show, he does have abilities. He is able to play stuff a little, some fast stuff, some impressive sounding licks, some good rhythmic, stuff that's kind of funky, and all that. But then when it gets to a certain point, if it isn't rehearsed or he doesn't already know it, there is a certain point where he doesn't just improvise, you might say, or play a melody that you hear right on the spot. So I thought that was kind of cool because it does show, it's not all cut and dry. Musicians have their different abilities. Even some of the best musicians that you might know of might have some shortcomings, right? So let me know what you think in the comments. If you want me to do more similar content to this, let me know. No offense to either of these musicians, to Døvydas or to Giacomo Turra. I think that they're both good musicians. It's just that a lot of times musicians find themselves on the wrong kind of side of the fence with things. Situations that they maybe didn't anticipate or didn't think were going to happen, and there's been a lot of different things in music that have happened over the years with lawsuits and copyright infringement and stuff like that. So it's just an ongoing thing. But yeah, we'll talk more about this in the future, and cheers.